What's up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C. And today, if y'all are listening from my podcast, which is the Tasha C Show, it is like, day 35, episode 35 or whatever. It'll be listed. So wherever y'all listen to, whether through speaker or through my other platform, the other platform is where this podcast is distributed. Hey, welcome. But if y'all are listening through YouTube, this is again, or also known as another bonus of many bonus podcasts that will be in the future and already have been posted. This is day 40. Yeah, y'all, I'm actually, like I said, coming along. This is day 40 of my 365 video journey, my year YouTube series. And today, I'll have that. Oh, excuse me, y'all. This weather is not making any better. This winter in the middle of fall stuff is So, anyways, y'all, I wanted to discuss two random things. Now, I just not too long ago spoke to one of my sis, and we were talking about the changes of YouTube, but we're bringing up the issues like, really, should kids really be on YouTube? Now, we do see there are channels that they have their kids on, and I have said it before, that my nephew is trying to do a YouTube channel, but he's 10, and he doesn't really make videos like that. But the real reality is, because of all these changes, and, there has been stuff happening, if y'all have a YouTube channel, the changes they're going to start making, which is less than a month and something away and a half, is they're changing it in January where you got to manually either every video or change the channel, which I already did, whether it's for kids or not. And if it is for kids, whatever, it's all these restrictions, ain't got no comments, which I've seen that in certain people's channels that I watch already, because unfortunately you had some foul people that were messaging or maybe putting up saying stuff. So they have done that to at least two channels that I watch, and they've been doing that for several months, where it's like dials so the comments been turned off, and they used to be on all the time, and now the comments are turned off. And so it kind of makes you wonder, considering how the way it's going, should channels that feature their kids or, their family or kids, even though they're saying for YouTube, when different countries it's different, whatever, kids are considered, anybody that's less than the age of 13. So, on that note, when my nephew comes back over again, I will go into details like, hey, unless you want to practice, you might want to wait a couple more years before saying you want to do a YouTube channel. And he may feel totally different by that time anyway. Because when he uploaded a little video about them flipping a coin and who was going to have to put up a YouTube video or something like that he had on there, his comments were turned off. And I'm thinking like, okay, I know he knows how to make videos and all this stuff. I'm like, I don't recall him sitting up here and talking about he wants to turn comments off on his channel. Whew. So anyway, y'all, going back to about like kids recording and making shows. Oh, Michigan State versus Michigan's. Dang. Y'all, I'm from Michigan, right? And actually, we were just looking at, if I would have went to, like the top schools in Michigan, as far as the two, is that they either have Michigan State or U of M, and it's a rivalry. It's probably every state. U.S. you got the top two rival schools, and if y'all don't know, Michigan State got the green and white, and you got the they be saying gold blue sometimes, but it's blue and yellow. And the university I ended up going to, that's exactly, and graduated with my bachelor's, master's, they got the same colors as well too. And they just say Michigan State versus Michigan. It's a news announcement. I was about to go say Michigan dominates Michigan State in Ann Arbor. 44 they win, and I guess Michigan State only got 10. So yeah. Well, ain't that something? So they won. Well, I guess that's more gold blue. I don't know if that's the end, but you know how y'all, they be having like these robos and, like between, I think, what is it, like September and stuff, and between November or something like that. I know they be having like the college footballs and stuff, and then it'd be like, and of course, March Madness win the college basketballs and stuff and them teams and stuff. So anyways, going back to like kids being on YouTube, I was just like I said, I seen, even though my nephew knows about, he makes better videos better than me. Shooting, I've been making videos for about 5 something years, and this child sitting up here had like a school hall and just with his little iPhone, which, like I said, these kids and having these advanced phones just is better, or good or better than some of us dealt, myself included. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't hating. I'm just telling the truth. So, other than that, um, I was just saying that he had his comments turned off, and I'm like, he didn't never really had that. I'm like I say, he only had a couple videos, but because he is under the age of 13, that is why. And truth be told, there are family channels. There are family channels I watch right now where they have like, toddlers or kids, whatever, and they have their babies on the channels. So if they have kids and they have their family channels or their kids, and that means there's going to be a lot of restrictions and stuff if they have a family channel, and also decreasing revenue if you get a monetization, y'all. Like I said, I know I got a long way to go, but I'm just telling y'all, like I said, my channel is not made for kids. Even with a reduced foul language and stuff like that, my channel does not go with kids. But at least I know, because I think it's only been one video that I had like a little sneak peek. You said hi to little Kenny real quick, and he walked in one of my videos, but that was back in the day. I have not had I don't think recall any kids in my channels, and a fur puppy don't count. Okay, so, a fur child, meant to say, doesn't count. So, other than that, the kids thing, it should be, personally, where YouTube should be geared toward this, because I could have sworn they had YouTube Kids, or maybe they should have a channel, like, focused more on kids, but you have to be careful, because, there are benefits to being on the internet, social media, and so forth, and then there's a lot of corruption and stuff too. Let's be for real. So, but it does make you think about, what about these channels that have these kids where they open in prisons, or they have like it's the Sims around kids. Are the lead characters, or they're over the channel and stuff. Even though I heard some horror stories about some of these people who have these kid channels, like that woman who died. Well, if y'all watch Philip DeFranco, and he was talking about an update about a woman with adopted kids. I ain't about to go to the whole story, but she actually ended up dying in prison. People like the way she treated them kids. People are like, oh, okay, next story. How was your weather going? Pretty much. So, and a couple of families got in trouble where they put their families do this prank and basically abuse their kids for $1, exploit their kids for $1, whatever. So, that can go on, but it's just like, let's just see how this goes and take it day by day, whatever. But, like I said, my channel is still not monetized yet again, and it's going to take a minute, and like I said, I have to catch up with my videos and stuff this week, and since the season finale is finally coming for Love at the Lockup next week, and they didn't really even say anything. It's like you had to watch the show, and I don't be watching, because I don't want to watch commercials and stuff. The only show I have been watching, more so, has been Love at the Lockup when I feel like watching, maybe a little bit of Love at the Hip Hop, New York, sometimes, but I have not been really watching WeTV like that. And Marriage Boot Camp, not watching till the new season when Phaedra and all them and stuff come on there. Phaedra still supposed to be coming on there, but anyway, y'all. So there's that whole thing about like, should kids really be on YouTube? Maybe older kids, and still you have to be careful with like I said, there's corruption, all the stuff. People be comfortable, saying what they want to, whatever on the channels, and like I said, crip walking on the keyboards and saying a bunch of crazy stuff. And like I said, you still have to be very, very, very careful. Okay, so really, truthfully, as far as like people making content, it should be more geared towards adults. Even like I said, they do have like, they make a separate like YouTube Kids channel with these certain restrictions, or YouTube Family, or an expansion where I don't know how they can do that, or like do that more and make it where you have certain channels where it's geared. I don't know. We'll just see how that goes and how that's going to affect people who've been making money, who have children in their in their videos. And what about, like I said, maybe that might make it where kids who are really too little to be on there here, who make their own YouTube channels. Like I said, my nephew, I'm just going to break the news to him next time he come about that. Well, he wasn't like consistently making channels like that anyway, and he did tell me he wanted to wait till he was 18. I guess, to really be on YouTube. But heck, by that time, it might be another trend. I'm not trying to say talk about YouTube, but I'm talking about with him that he may not even like be worried about it like that, whatever, or but at least he'll be of age of consent more so. I mean, both his parents know that he's on YouTube. I mean, like been on social media and stuff like that. But still, it's like he is a kid, and it's just like he should wait. Honestly, just because Auntie has a YouTube channel does not mean you got to make a YouTube channel. But he's following, like I said, a lot of people. The people who have kids in their channels. Actually, they at least have kids. They may be the starter parents, but they have like kids in their channel. And you got to be careful nowadays, about having kids on your channels, because there are people watching your kids, unfortunately, in the wrong way, if you know what I mean. So, anyways, going back to the subject, I want to tell y'all real quick and just rant about like this survey, right? I got this email, and I'm not going to tell who the people's name are because some of y'all would have got it right. I get my mail forwarded from my YouTube account email that I use, to get on YouTube, and I also have it to my main personal YouTube I use a lot as well. I mean, not my YouTube, but my personal email that I've had for several years. And somebody was like something talking about a YouTube mental health survey. I'll just say like that, right? And the only main reason why I went this, not because I don't get no incentives at all, for it, no reward or nothing like that for it. It's because it's like, okay, why am I chosen? Second of all, if you want other people to do just like you found me, you can go and find them. So, I end up, y'all, going ahead and looking at this email. They were saying, "Hi, we're from such and such school. We're running, about YouTube mental health, and we want to ask y'all, questions." See, y'all, my last year when I had got my bachelor's in psychology, which is one of the most annoying part of heck, and it kind of almost turned me off of psychology altogether. We had to do, paper, research, do a survey, some of us do a couple classes where we perform a survey and have this a part of our paper, which was basically like, we're not going to say whole year, but 2 whole semesters that it was part 1 and part 2 of a research class. So I know what it's like up here going and trying to find, people to do, a survey of what you're trying to get. And there, like I said, has to do with me psychology. So it was interesting. And then it was kind of like, okay, I know my email address is, on my YouTube page, the one I use for YouTube and say like for business inquiries, kind of the same thing. And so they were like, "Oh, you were chosen, and we were wondering, can you do the survey, blah, 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 and it's about YouTube mental health, blah, 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 and if you go ahead, and you thank you, and then you can also send this to other people." No, just like for whatever reason, how y'all fit the criteria, even though it's thousands and thousands of YouTube channels, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of scratched my head about why would they choose my channel in the first place as a particular channel, or as possible that could be used, that could be used as a participant in their study. I was kind of scratching my head, like I haven't made a video about YouTube yet, as far as dealing with mental health or mental wellness. I'm sitting here scratching my head. Now, the only thing I go by with is like, say, when I talked about coming from the hospital when I had my gallbladder removed, was about to explode, it was life-threatening, whatever, and when I have the HS and, coming vented about it. But other than that, I didn't see, like, because majority of my channel is still reviews and stuff. I was like, I didn't get, like, how I was chosen to be participant out of all of these channels. And especially on top of that, I'm not a person who is, like, up there. I'm gracious and blessed of the subscribers and the people who view my channel, and even saying thank you for the people who review channel and even who listen to my podcast and view videos. Thank y'all. Hugs and loves in advance and for the present and future, near future, okay? But I was just scratching my head, figuratively speaking. I'm like, okay, well, how did I get chosen for the population out of all these YouTube channels? And like I said, I don't have that many views that would put me, as far as right now, in the recommendations high up there, okay? Or if they figure, like, because maybe there's a chance I might answer quicker than, say, somebody who has, someone who has 500,000 or a million, whatever. But it still was scratching my head because I'm like, okay, I'm not the only one, so I'm kind of confused about how was I a particular participant. But then you're also telling me, if I can also do it, but also forward to other YouTubers that I know or something like that, or other people or something like that. And I'm just like, excuse me? Like, I had to sit there and do that work to get my degree, and we had to go, couples had to split up and get rooms and get people to help us and get classes to fill out a survey we had to make up, okay? And just like when, say if I was to fill surveys that had something to do with school and they asked and I decided to go ahead and fill them out, they, emailed as well, but they didn't tell me to forward it to other people. We didn't go and be like, okay, after we did this and we had to quote blah, 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 we also need you to forward it, blah, blah, blah. So, to other people as well. No. We got to find, unless we work, say, with a class or something, like I said, when we had to find research for when we were doing our paper and stuff like that, literature review, all this other paper, including research paper, we had to personally email instructors or contact instructors, at least, and think of one of our instructors happened to have another class, so we were able to use that too. Or we asked other instructors that we might have had previously and emailed and contacted. We didn't say like, oh, after taking the instruction, we asked the students to ask, dude, can we have another class, and ask them. We asked the instructors. So I find it interesting that they would ask not only me, which I'm like, how did I become the participant? I can, like I said, I can understand more so if I already had a video posted that had to do with mental health, and I don't know, like I said, why I was possibly chosen as a possible participant, unless me talking about dealing with chronic illnesses, and maybe that's it, but still, I'm like, that's the only thing I could come up with, because like I said, it's not due to the viewership or how many people are supporting my channel. And that's the only thing I come up with. And then, like I said, like, how you gonna have nerves to ask me to go find other folks after I take it? I was like, you know what, I'm done. Like I said, I was thinking about doing it when, but when I read more into what it was saying, I was just like, you know what, I'm good. Because like I said, I understand how it felt trying to get people to do research for something I was doing for class. And so, because that was a part of my assignment in order to pass the class. But also, it just was a little too much in terms of, like, personally to me, like, to ask me after I take the survey to try to send it to other people as well, or, like, share the survey. I mean, they, because like I said, I took digital surveys before. They came from the university I graduated from, and took one or two of them before, but they weren't telling me to recommend it to nobody else, who they mailed, and who responded, okay? So, I'm just like, whatever. So, if y'all who say are on YouTube that may be listening to my channel, y'all ever got in touch or, like looked, it might be, I don't know, junk mail, nothing like that. Have y'all gotten any of this, this new survey and been qualified and chosen? And that's what I'm saying is I want to know, I kind of wish I knew, like, they looked at me as a possible participant, and, just to see if I'm the only one. I know a lot of people may not be listening to this particular podcast, but like I said, I just was, like, kind of just, got the question in the air, because, like I said, I was just like, really? Like, okay, they wouldn't have asked me to ask other people, maybe I would have thought about it, but I'm just like, I'm good. I'm good, whatever. I don't know how many participants they need for it, but they'll be good. We're going to put in there. But I just was sitting here like, okay, really? But hugs and loves, everybody. I'll see y'all, or y'all see or hear from me tomorrow. Hugs and loves. God bless. I ain't got nothing else, but that's really the main thing I wanted to talk about. Originally, I was just going to talk about the survey stuff, but I also wanted to, like, talk about, like, should kids belong on YouTube? Okay. Like I said, that's very cautionary itself. Anyways, y'all. Hugs. I'll see y'all on the next one.